Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I do not remember if... Yep, that is the door I came in, never mind. Sorry for not uploading sooner, I have a lot going on right now. I have, as you might remember, I have to move, and the landlord, as usual, is being a dick. I don't know what this guy's problem is, other than he has no idea how to think for anyone aside from himself, but he is making this move more stressful than it needs to be. And I am going to be honest with you, I am not going to tolerate his bullshit come moving day. This man, I'd call him a cunt, but he lacks the depth and warmth. There's absolutely no words that can describe just how much of a idiot this guy is. No words. I cannot stress to you how just how annoying he is. I have paid my last month's, and he knows it, and yet he is insisting that he did not get it. He did. And now he is insisting that he is here on moving day to watch me move, and if that happens, I just simply will not tolerate it. This man, this person, has no right to get in my way, and also, I caught him trying to sneak into my room believing that I wasn't inside it. So you know he's not an honest man. You know he's not an honest man. He is most definitely... Wait a minute, I don't have to put that there? Okay. Now I know this is off topic, but I still do not remember just precisely where it is I need to go to get the song I need. It might be in this room, but I don't remember. My sister's birthday is coming up soon, and I am trying to, make peace with her, so I got her a birthday gift. I got her the, oops, I didn't mean to record. I got her a, illustrated Tolkien encyclopedia. Now, she is... There's Tolkien fans, and then there's Tolkien fans. Or more specifically, there's Tolkien fans, and then there's Peter Jackson fans. My sister is more the Peter Jackson fan than the Tolkien fan. I like Tolkien. I'm just not a fan of his movies. Okay. Here is where I learned this song, so never mind. That is a bit, excuse me, of a relief, because almost every time I play this game, I always seem to skip this melody. I mean, there's really not that much of an excuse to skip the melody. I mean, it's right there in the open for you. It's just that, you know, that door is relatively easy to miss. Not so much that it's easy to miss, but you really have very little reason to go down there. Now, I do not remember where it is I am supposed to go. Though, considering I believe I can destroy these now. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I need to be a young guy to do that. You know, this is my second time doing this particular video for this channel. Because this is literally my second time uploading this video for this channel. Because this is my second, not really my second playthrough, I should say, but okay, never mind, I already got that treasure chest, and if I remember correctly, there is nothing over there. Okay. I didn't complete this playthrough. In fact, the only video that I completed on my old console was the I remember what I'm supposed to do. A bit late for that. Anyways, the original console I had this on didn't allow me to record sound off the device, so I ended up, when I got my new console, scrapping all my current retro playthroughs, save for Super Mario Land, because that one that one I just completed. So yeah, Super Mario Land has no sound, but oh well, what can you do? But all my other videos that didn't have any sound on them, like this and Super Mario Brothers, I decided, you know what, now that I've got the sound, I'll just redo them. And I am somewhat tempted to redo my Super Mario Land LP because I really like some music, especially the end music. But I also just really don't want to delete that game for some reason, and I don't know why. Probably nothing more than nostalgia. That wasn't the first game I played. It wasn't even the it wasn't the first game, but it was one of the first games I've completed though. The Game Boy was, well, obviously the game was. It's really hard to say the Game Boy is a console, but the Game Boy was my first sort of major gaming device. Before then, it was computers, and we're not even talking PCs. We're talking home computers back during the late 80s, early 90s of gaming. Back when the, I'm going to put it this way, the PC Master Race, no fucking way that computers are superior to console back then. They were, for one, just simply not meant to be used for gaming. They were meant to be used for work, so it was very ugly, very bad. The controls were just god-awful, like, it's not as if you had a USB port where you could plug in a game controller. It was literally mouse, keyboard, and joystick. Depending on what kind of game you were playing, like, I remember playing Ninja Turtles, the one that they have for the Nintendo. The original Nintendo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the one that was more the comic strips in the television show. I remember playing that on a keyboard. That was not fun. I mean, also, if you just want to look at how inferior the whole overall PC computer gaming was back in the day, it wasn't PC, it was home computer back then. Just go and look up. I think the AVGN has a couple of videos of it. Go and look up old DOS games like Contra and Mega Man. Go look those up and dare tell me that computer was the way to go for gaming back then, because it wasn't. It just simply wasn't. And also, computers were just a major pain, but now with everything being digital, it's not that bad because you can just simply download your game. But back then, it was, you have to put in your disc, and it wasn't a CD, it wasn't a compact disc, it was usually a floppy or a hard disk. and you had to type in a bunch of commands just simply to get the game to work. And because pirating was a thing even back then, they'd have like codes you'd have to put in, like go to page 3, go to page 15 and put in the 7th word or the 7th letter on line 3. It was just an absolute pain in the ass to a computer game back then. And even when computers did start becoming superior, and at least in regards to the hardware, it was still a pain in the butt to use because, for one, like, I had PC back then. And we are talking during the time of compact disc. Before the internet, I mean before even dial-up modems, way before the internet, just the time of compact disc, you'd put in the disc, and then you'd have to fiddle with your settings to get the game to work. It didn't matter how superior your computer was in regards to its hardware or anything like that, if you just simply wanted to play a new game, guaranteed you'd have to fiddle with the discs for some reason. Damn it, I was hoping to avoid that. I was really hoping to avoid that, but oh well. Anyways, you'd have to fiddle with your settings and the like to just simply to get the damn game to work. And then you'd still have to punch in a bunch of commands and code just simply to start up the game. It's not that, as I said, it's not bad nowadays. Nowadays you just simply, I don't know, go to Windows and click the window or the icon of your whatever game you want to play. But back then it was this whole extremely inconvenient process to play a computer game back then. It's one of the reasons why computer gaming was more the mature adult gamer scene back then, because they could deal with major inconveniences of having to type in all these codes and commands just simply to get the game to work. I don't hate PC gaming. I'm not as I said, I don't hate PC gaming, but I definitely was not a fan of it back in the day. I'll tell you this much, I was definitely not a fan of PC gaming, excuse me, back in the day of the Amiga and the ZX Spectrum. even the Commodore 64. And I remember my dad owning a Commodore 64. My dad owned a lot of computers. I actually think the Commodore 64 was trying to be somewhat of a gaming PC. I mean, it was 64 bits. But I mean, well, let me put it to you this way. You think the 3D graphics on the PlayStation and the N64 have aged well? It aged horribly on the Commodore 64. I mean, it aged absolutely horribly on the Commodore 64. Like, you cannot drink these graphics pretty okay, you just can't. They were just that horrendous and choppy. Like, I'd have to go back and play it, especially on the original hardware. Well, let me put it to you this way: it wasn't as if we had 60 frames per second back then. We didn't even have 30 frames per second, or at least it didn't seem like we did. Like, it was just god-awful choppy back then. Like, absolutely horrendous. 100% absolutely horrendous. For the 3D graphics. I remember playing 2D games on the Commodore 64. They were actually, for the most part, relatively good looking. They really were. Especially when compared to, you know, the 8-bit graphics of the time. Now, I didn't even know until relatively recently, I should say. By relatively recently, I mean within the past decade, that Sega owned an 8-bit system. But for the Nintendo, they were amazing graphics. I'm going to end this video here and defeat the boss later. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care and bye.